My apologies, Chair. but I'm here now.
Hi, Director Kat. We're just waiting on quorum right now. Waiting for Director Norma to
Yeah.
come over.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Ready. Are we ready? Okay, let me call this meeting to order of our partners meeting for the Northern Guam Soil and Water Conservation District. It's Tuesday, February 25th, 2028 at 4:16 p.m. at the University of Guam College of Natural and Applied Sciences building, room 202. Room 202. Can we do a roll call?
Chairman Joseph Santos.
Present.
Secretary Norma Castillion.
Here.
Treasurer Katrina Regis.
Here.
Board Director Marlene Revo, absent. Board Director Tom Tanaka Jr., absent. Staff for the district, Jenalyn Abanales, present. Savannah Garcia, present. Our UOG Northern Guam Advisor, Dr. B. Babakwa.
Present.
Yes. Partners of EPA, Margaret Aguilar. She is present. Doag Dar, Diane Weiss. Present. And then we'll head on to our online partners as well. USDA FSA Eileen Iriarte.
Present.
Doag Dar Megan.
Present.
And to also share that Jay from USDA NRCS shared his report to us via email.
Okay, so let's go to the next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the last minute meeting of November 26, 2024. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes? Subject to technical corrections?
No. I move to accept the minutes from last time.
It's November 26, 2024.
Yeah, November 26, 2024.
Do we have a second?
Second.
There's a second. There's a motion to further accept the minutes of November 26, 2024, subject to technical corrections made by Director Castillion, seconded by Secretary or Treasurer Regis. Open for discussion. No further discussion. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, unanimous. Let's move to the next item on the agenda. It's the Northern District's report. We provided to you guys this listing in terms of the long-range plan and what the priority areas are. That opens us up to grants that we can be available for and work with our partners in line with that. So one of the things that we're looking at is taking that and doing a memorandum of agreement or a memorandum of understanding with the partners on taking that funding that we should be applying for and providing it to the respective agencies in terms of assisting them, not only the agencies but probably NGOs that we partner with to help execute the various priority areas. First priority 1 is soil quality. Priority 2 is long-term land protection. Priority 3 is pest pressure. And priority 4 is water quality and water erosion. And then priority 5 is water depletion or water retaining water on our island thing. And so what we want to do is we'll provide you a copy of it in terms of the agencies and seeing where we go from there. Of course, in the MOA, the Attorney General and the governor has to sign up on it because it commits the agencies to go beyond current administration, and it goes on until an agency says they don't want to be a part of the agreement or there's no funding available, there's no efforts being made to execute a lot of the stuff. Now, a lot of these information is taken out of the local working group which is by federal law, the districts are supposed to host and execute with the partners to address the different primary resource concerns that we deal with on our jurisdiction, which is our island. And so we're having one. When is I think it's May, right?
Stewardship Week,
No, not Stewardship Week. It's our local working group.
May 2nd.
Yeah, May 2nd. And more than likely it's going to be a hotel, so we'll send it out to you guys to attend it and provide input. If you look at the long range plan, it actually ties into everything that we're doing with both the north and the south. And the plan is an island-wide plan that again ties into USDA and actually US EPA in terms of funding side of the house. So again, this links into a lot of federal opportunities for our island and for our people and our agencies. There's a 2025 Coral Reef Stewardship Fund that we've submitted a notice of interest that Guam wants to participate in, and it's up to 20 million in terms of the funding availability per applicant. But you know what? Yeah, so we're not going to the 20 million. We're trying to work that out on what the cost would be and the focus. Our focus is to look at areas on Guam and do a cleanup of those particular areas, and so part of that is doing working with partners like the mayors, EPA, other organizations to find out where dump sites are at and see what we can do to clean up those dump sites. But we want to do a site analysis to determine those particular areas, and then work out to do a cleanup. Aside from that, we want to do public education in terms of protecting our island and so on and so on, and what we need to do. We looked at also cleaning up the ponding basins or assessing the ponding basins, because that's where water flows into and then goes into where? Our groundwater. And our focus is, although our focus has to be island-wide, our focus is on the northern areas and doing cleanup on the stuff. The South, by the way, has an opportunity to also apply for the grant, and they're aware of it, so I'm not sure what they're doing in terms of this particular grant, but we've submitted a notice of interest that for us to apply for that particular grant. And just letting you aware, because as the districts, we cannot regulate, we cannot do anything that's regulatory. If we're going to do anything that's regulatory, we have to get the agency to consent to us doing that action. And of course, like for instance, EPA has enforcement of actions like littering and destruction or whatever, and they can actually go in versus us. We can only help facilitate the agency's authority and provide assistance within that respect. And so just letting you aware that we're applying for it, and we'll know what the funding is, and we'll get with you in terms of it. It's due May 12th. And Jenilyn, she's working on trying to get this grant together. You want to add more into it?
Just one more thing, that this Coral Reef Stewardship Fund is now accepting or has been given NRCS funds. So it allows us to touch more on the agricultural producers on the land, so they can mitigate their own pollutants into the aquifer. So we'll be helping them with implementing conservation efforts on the ground. So whatever measures that they're conducting, like say no-till, that would no-till conservation practice or silvopasture, like those types, even biochar inclusive in this, what they could do and earn money from in regards to the agricultural producers. So they'll also be able to earn alongside this.
So there's three major events. Just moving on to three major events that's happening that we're looking at this particular year.
Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to make a comment about priority area one on soil quality.
Yes.
UOG's current soil scientist, Mohammed Golabi, retires at the end of this week. And that the university has identified his position as one that needs to be urgently refilled. And so they're moving quickly to find a replacement. And I volunteered to serve on the search committee. So I can keep you abreast of that, hopefully within a few months, we'll have a new soil scientist on board.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. In terms of,
We can,
yeah,
his work would mesh closely with a lot of these things.
correct. Yeah, and we looked at this over here, and part of the objective is to help UOG in terms of their soil lab capacity, in terms of what they need. And again, that's funding that is available. It's called, it's one that,
Coral Reef Stewardship Fund.
yeah, it should be on there, right? You see it? Number, oh no, it's not on there, but it's the 2025, yeah, the Coral Reef Stewardship Fund, that's available, and so we're going with that. So, thank you. I appreciate the thing about Dr. Galavi. Gosh, I met him several times in the Philippines, Manila. He was at St. Luke's, and, with his wife, and we were talking, and we had dinner, actually. But
Wow. One of the reasons why we're all there.
So Stewardship Week is April 27th to May 4th. But our proclamation signing is going to be April 4th. We want to do a primer to that. So it's kind of like an educational thing to hype the community in terms of participating in the Stewardship Week. And so we're doing the proclamation on April 4th at the cabinet conference room in Alu. And we hope to see you guys there. And of course, we'll have refreshments and available for. It's at 9:30 in the morning, and so I hope to see you guys there. The other thing we're having is an educator symposium. It's July 23rd to the 25th at the Guam Museum, and we're looking at it's an educator symposium. So we're inviting the teachers, especially the tomorrow science teachers, to participate in the educator symposium. And the theme for this year is home is where the habitat is, and so that's the focus of it. And we're trying to get the National Association of Conservation District has a pro forma syllabus, and the work the teachers lesson plan. They already have that standardized. But what we want to do is we want to take it and localize it. And so we've also applied for GITA funds, and we're applying for GBB funds, where we take that and we localize it, make it more local, more geared towards Guam in terms of having the lesson plan and the syllabus, and making it, because if you look at what they have beavers and all these things that are found in the United States. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can add a lot of those things in and put a lot of more stuff into it. So we're working on that, getting that going. And again, it's July 23rd to the 25th. And then we have the agricultural symposium.
One question.
Yes.
Is this like they'll be going to the museum and hearing lectures, or
Well, it's a briefing of SMEs. We'll be inviting the SMEs out to talk about things, the subject matter experts in the area, and they'll be briefing the educators on that, and yes, and we'll turn around and have a briefing. I mean, we'll be briefing the teachers on that and on how to do it. What to focus on. We'll give you the subject area that the focus in. Again, the theme is home is where the habitat is. So we want to make sure that ties into what we're going to talk about at the Educator Symposium. Every year, the National Association of Conservation District has a theme that they put out, and then they provide the materials for that. But the materials are more gauged towards the continental U.S. than they are of tropical islands or even Alaska. So Well, we have the opportunity to amend that, and so we're working on that. Aside from that, we're also bringing another program into Guam, which is the Envirothon. There's funding available for our students on that, and there's also a camp that ties into that Envirothon. And we want to make sure our kids have the opportunity to go. If we apply for that, the kids can also be sent offline into a camp during non-school time, but it's there. But we want to do it not as the district. We want to do it as collaborative with agencies, so that all the agencies, when our partners go in, our partners are recognized as a part of it.
We've had that.
Yes. Before.
Like the field house?
Yes, it was called. Yeah. So anyways, we're trying to bring that out again and make sure it's there. It's funded, and the opportunity is there for us to have that available for us. I don't know in God's.
With Kiwi, Orange Garden, what is open? No, you don't remember?
But anyways, we're bringing it out. We'll provide you the information of that. That ties into the educator symposium that we want to do. As a matter of fact, the NACD recognizes these individuals that are a part of it. They actually have the students or the individuals that are there. They're recognized on the things that they do, and they're also sent to
Is there
camp.
also
Huh?
Is there also a thing for marathon, or you?
A theme?
No,
They create one every year, but what it is we're trying to start one in Guam. So we met the folks that actually have some programs already within their states. So we want to connect with them, get all the information in and try to connect.
So what we'll do is we'll provide you with the information, and then we can go from there, because we do want to bring it out. It's a worthy project, and it actually the purpose of it is really to educate our kids on being good stewards of the environment. And this is one of the things that happen, and then they interact not only nationally, but they interact internationally with other areas. So the Envirothon may go off to a different area. I mean, we can pick a region, since we're in this region, or within the Asia region. There's Envirothon also in Asia, and so we can actually tie into them sending our kids to there. Singapore. So yeah. So we're working on that. Now, what we'll do is our agricultural symposium, I guess, is coming up on October 8th to 10th. We're looking at, again, the Guam Museum site, because it has an auditorium and the various rooms. And so we're also bringing that. The committee has been set up, and we're asking if you guys would like to be part of that committee to help develop the different subject areas and making sure we get it. One of the things I'm trying to focus on, I was hoping we did that with the last environment and agriculture symposium, was the how-to of the 13 types of farming methods that are available to the farmers, and what will work best for Guam in terms of farming, and then the equipment that's available. And so we're seeing if we can bring some of those technology here and do kind of like an agricultural expo. Of course, the partners, the basic partners in it is the districts, the Department of Agriculture, and the Guam
Sustainable culture.
Yeah, they're the major partners in it, but we want to bring actually our partners into it, like UOG, to make sure they're. Huh?
Center for Island Sustainability.
Of course, but
We can ask.
We'll ask them, and we'll bring them into the mix. Okay,
When
so
is that?
October 8th and 10th. It's 100% federally funded. We already have the grant money for that. Agricultural symposium.
Sorry, where is it?
It's going to be at the Guam Museum.
Environmental fund, what's that? You're gonna apply for funds for that, or you're going to?
No, we want to bring it here.
There
We'll
is.
give you the program. The Environthon is annually. Yes. Right. So, on the agriculture symposium, we'll pick the subject areas different from last year and bring them into here. One of the things I want to do is I want to also do a pamphlet where, you know, it's more specific into what you can do as a farmer and what's available for them. So it makes it easier on them. It's kind of like a how-to guide for farming. Our focus for the north is specifically for urban farming. And, you know, we have a lot of condos and a lot of homes, and they can do a lot of backyard farming. And we want to focus on that because that's how you can get the people to be sustainable versus going and, yeah, on the terrace, beans, okra or whatever, so they can have it available for them. And so we want to be with like hydroponics. They can actually do that in a gee-whiz type concept where they use existing containers to grow their own vegetables and fruits on there. So, anyways, we want to focus on that for this current agricultural symposium. So let's go to the next item, which is our partners report. And you wanna begin, Margaret?
Sure. One is the program that I work with is called Permits and Watershed Management, and primarily focused really on what our section focuses on is water quality. And if you're taking a look at your focus area, which is the northern watershed, we have drinking water, which Vanjie and her group, the northern working group, that's really work very closely with them because we handle more marine water and surface water, but there's not much fresh surface water in the north, except when we're talking about ponding basins. But those are the type of freshwater bodies based on our definition. We used to monitor that. So we haven't done that in quite a while. The water quality in ponding basin, because look at that ponding basin that's there in front of the little bakery.
Yeah.
So that one overflows and there's ducts in there. So, you know, it's really good for us.
There's a lot of plastics in there too.
Yes, so so it's good for us to monitor those type. I mean, all the ponding basins to see what's going in there. You know?
So what we can do is identify all the ponding basins on the island of Guam, especially the northern.
Do we know how many people?
Way more than that.
Because actually, every time you have a development,
You have to have a ponding basin.
So there are, and I believe DPW's a contractor at one time when they did their assessment, they probably have.
That list, right?
I know that Dr. Habana and his group probably have a map of the ponding basin. So
We have one, land management did one.
That's why I use my, I have to answer.
that
DPW thinks so.
I mean, they should, but that's their weak spot.
That's their, they should is the
Not
key.
really the ponding basin, but you get really storm water system.
You know how sometimes you get like companies who will like sponsor bus stops? You should get companies also sponsor those ponding basins, especially like contractors. There's a whole lot of those.
And then there are some that are
actually clean them out for us because they have the equipment.
Most of them should be government, but there are a few that are private, yeah.
Because I know.
Well,
They're supposed to hand it over.
one of the issues that we're having, and we've seen it in action, is where it was a private landowner that had the ponding basin. Burgana Heights is a prime example. They put a ponding basin there, and then the private landowner who kept it sold it, and then now there's a house on it. So where's the ponding basin? So the water is not flowing into a ponding basin; it's flowing out into Route 16, and you know.
They built their house on the ponding basin.
Yeah, it was my brother-in-law.
Now we know.
Anyway, So those are the things that really, we focus on. We're putting together our 5-year plan for, non-point source, which is funded with, we call it pre-19 funding. And we usually get, like $400,000 a year for that. And because Guam is kind of a unique, not kind of, it is a unique area for, we have a consolidated fund where we have like 12 grants, and rather than managing them individually, they're lumped all into one. And one advantage our administrator has is that she can really direct those funds to focus on a particular area if she feels that the conservation needs to be done. But another item that we're faced with is now we have contaminants of concern. I know you heard about the PFAS, the dieldrin that's up north in our,
Yes.
flow into our, those are contaminants of concern in our drinking water.
Yeah.
But actually PFAS is everywhere.
Yeah.
PFAS, yeah.
You know, your clothes, your materials, if it decays, it goes into,
Like when you have fire retardant, yeah, so.
but now a lot of the clothes and everything is made of petroleum products. And so when they throw it out on a legal dump site, it decays and goes into the soil, so it becomes a contaminant in the soil, or people don't realize that. So this is one of the things we want to do, is an educational thing that, hey, if you dump, you're contaminating us.
Yeah. So, we're working with GWA because they handle drinking water. There is a system that they use, it's called gas.
Yeah.
So they can filter out that, I don't know if it filters out building too, but, there's a way.
No, they're working to do that, but it's going to cost more. That's the problem that we have, because they.
Actually, that's a more cost-effective method than there's another one that's really expensive.
Yeah.
But we're using GWA at this point in time to help us with the monitoring side of the house. So while we give up some considerable funding, that's based on these contaminants of concern. So, that's another side of the house that we're working on. But for me, the water quality, not only drinking water, especially marine water up north, Tumon. Their DSP is also doing an investigation for sources of pollution that's coming off of it, because there's freshwater seeps that are coming out.
Well, there's before Tumon Bay became known, there were 3 actual natural springs. One is covered by Reef Hotel's parking structure. The other is over at Fajita. That's why the Fajita Ponding Basin actually is constantly filled, because water actually comes out of there. And then the other one is at the PIC, the what do you call it again? Dam, the spring. But water has to go someplace.
Yeah. So they block all the natural flow.
Right, the natural flow is blocked.
So the water
to go to.
So anyway, so those freshwater seeps are also sources of pollution. The deodorant and pesticides that have been banned, they sit under there, and then when there's an earthquake or something, they move and they come out through freshwater.
Right.
Out into the ocean.
So one of the things as part of the Coral Reef Stewardship Fund is we can hire employees, but we don't have to hire the employees within the district. We can actually funnel the funding into an agency to hire the employees to take care of whatever program that ties into this thing over here, because it's a rich to reef concept that we're applying. And so, we may get with you and ask you, are there other employees that we may want to hire to take care of this issue for the duration of the grant? So I did just heads up, consider that as part of a request that we will make with you, and asking you if you need some assistance, especially for manpower resources.
So these are the type of issues that we're dealing with, that we try and take a look at it by watersheds. So you can see, the watershed has not only issues with drinking water, but then we have let's take care of, I believe Tumon is a priority area for falls. isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
They have
That, he hasn't.
marine
Yeah,
preserve.
it is marine preserve, but, I know
It's not
they have.
supposed to
they have
rotate.
coral restriction.
Mhm.
Without it, I get.
Right.
They have more or less so, you know, like you said, Ridge Street, whatever comes from the top goes into the water and it affects, the habitat in there. And
Yes.
those are really, our
Sensitive.
money, you
Yeah.
know, that's where we make our money for
Correct.
bringing in tourists, so we have to really protect it. So, you know, taking a look at just northern watershed, can you imagine the other issues that we're battling down with the smaller watersheds?
So you're monitoring the GWA money, is it gonna, how do we fix it?
GWA is, well, they have to, they're using that gap system.
Oh,
To
okay, so that's part of, that's part of it.
yeah, the contaminants from reaching.
Yeah, but they need, on the wells, area that they're pulling out, using that system, they need to, ask the, the chemicals, in order to, what is it, purify the thing over here, they have to buy more, advanced system, and it's not in their budget. So that becomes a problem in
So
itself.
that's something like, our grant, they want them.
No, we don't wanna get involved in that, because that's really up there.
And so that's,
That's 22 million right now.
Lord have mercy.
So, Miguel has to do this. They have to assess all the wells, I'm sure they have already, to see where the contaminants, which wells are affected,
Yeah,
and then trying to put that system in and control the ones that they can control. Otherwise, if it's really something that they're really about, it's too serious, they just shut the well down.
That makes sense. I would think you'd want to.
yeah, but the wells are already feeding, they're already meant to feed, certain areas of development.
But that's why, like with the military, now, they actually have wells concentrated in one area. There's like 6 sub-basins. So most of the wells are concentrated in the Jigo, Tumon Jigo sub-basin. So they're, working with this MOU between the one Guam concept, the military, USGS and GWA have an agreement, and they're working to see if they can do some, prospecting to see where they can put more wells in so that we can provide more water supply to the north.
Yep, but they're going for that area you talk about is where the sweet spots at.
Yeah.
That's where the best
They have to do
water is at.
drill monitoring wells. Because I guess the ones that we produce is like 500 gallons a minute.
Well,
It's really high production.
according to Weary, we have enough to last us for 100 years for water right now. But it's us protecting the aquifers.
So it's not,
Better to protect than have to fix.
so,
Yeah.
we need your help also with, figuring out these different watersheds, what are the issues in there, not just water quality, there's flooding issues, there's, erosion issues, so that all comes into play to help us really characterize this watershed, and whatever agency is responsible majorly responsible for those particular issues, then we can work together to try and, handle all the issues that we're facing in those various watersheds. Some watersheds.
Do you guys have funding for that? No, because there are programs. I remember they were briefing at the NECD meeting about having funding for protecting the various watershed that
The Clear Water Revolving Fund or
Yeah.
Clear State?
So, yeah, actually that comes in and it's fun, some of it's funneled, the state drinking water and state, wastewater funds, it actually is more funneled to GWA for their capital improvement projects. So we can,
No, but we
can tap
have the
into it.
opportunity
Yeah.
to actually apply for those funding.
But most of it, GWA has a priority list, it's like that long. because they have to really change a lot of,
Yeah, but we
infrastructure
can apply for a grant that will deal with identifying, every watershed and the issues, with it so that we know how to address the problem, or we know what to do with the particular area and you know, a part of that can be education to the public that, hey, this is an issue and you live in this area and the people want to protect their own, where, especially where they
For
live.
instance, we have, like up north, we have an issue with nitrates, yeah.
Right.
They even passed a bill to say that, you know, now to regulate that, right now they're trying to cut back, they want to put public sewer in and then take away the, leaching field, septic tank leaching field, because that's what's causing the problem. So now they came up with this particular nitrate system
Right,
that you have to, use,
address
use
require.
to address the nitrate problem. You know,
but the major issue that they brought up is, you know, when they authorize the septic tank and the leaching field, the people are building on the leaching field. They're, you know, they're putting their outside kitchen or they're doing whatever. So the leaching field serves no purpose. It does, where's the water? It leaches down into the ground, and that's why the contamination of the nitrates is going in there and it's impacting our aquifers.
the wastewater system that, you know, the nitrates are high. But that is another issue where the folks that own the homes, they don't understand that you can't build on top of the.
You're not even supposed to plant a tree.
Yeah, your setbacks there. You have to actually leave more room so that if that fails, there's another section of your property that they can use to replace it. With this system that's coming up, hopefully we can control the development that's happening where residential homes in the northern
And you know, the impact, I don't know,
control.
I think EPA, you have the authority to do this stuff, but it's, what do you call it again? Because you guys are the proponent on protecting the aquifer.
Folks that have septic tank leaching fields, if there's a public sewer that comes into their area, they have 5 years to change over because, you know, it's expensive. And sometimes GWA builds it into the construction of the infrastructure to tie in the homes, but most times, you know.
But most people don't know about it, and that's the problem. They don't know that they have 5 years in which to do that, and then they're gonna last minute.
Then they can be cited for a violation. That they have to do that. And most of the time, their septic tank leaching field probably still intact, but they have to really inspect that on a regular basis to see whether or not it's. Enforcement is very poor.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
I better stop. Thank you very much.
That's a lot, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, I'm with ag, but I don't know what all of ag is doing. Margaret, you're very knowledgeable in the agency. One thing ag-wide is we have a grant this year to control LFA. We have a big problem with LFA in our cocoa breeding facility and CEDA breeding facility in the lab. And we were treating that on an emergency basis with Fish and Wildlife Service to save the species, basically, get them back breeding. But now there's a plan to do the whole campus so that our breeding facility is not an island in the LFA.
How did the LFAs get to your area?
The construction area next door. Anyways, in forestry, I mean, they're busy fighting fires, so we know what they're up to. And they have a lot of volunteer events. I know they sent out something for some volunteer events this week. I guess I could mention that. Village Forest Friends, that's going on their social media. They're doing a lot of volunteering out there. We're busy with tomorrow month, our Country Eats Electric campaign, Challenge the Snake. We're taking the cocos out to the schools and wherever. We would be very interested in being a part of that teacher symposium.
Educators.
Educator symposium. We have been in the past, so
Yes.
we would like to definitely continue with that. And, the other thing we usually talk about well, the KIC campaign is really busy. March starts now and goes through March into April, Earth Month. So it's a super busy time for Yolanda and other staff are helping with that. And then, is Megan still on the line?
Yes.
Does she want to talk
I'm
about
here.
Okay, Megan, you do the derby.
So I just finally got confirmation from both northern and southern check stations. So the Derby is going to be held on March 29th. That's a Saturday. The northern check station is the Jigo Community Center, Senior Citizen Center. And then the southern one will be at the Inarajan Mayor's office. It will be set up outside. So I'm working with both mayor's offices, just finalizing details for our staff to be set up. I will be posting and sending out our flyer this week. Hopefully, if I can get it approved, the media release signed this week, and hopefully that will go out.
Megan, it's Banadu, right, this time?
This is a Babwe Derby.
The federal showing.
Getting better. So,
No, according to APHIS, it's, they moved it from eradication to management because we don't have the capacity to, get rid, that's what we're meeting with Senator Ada on. We've identified that it's, APHIS already identified 100,000 that they need in order to set up another crew, for that. And so we're gonna work with, Senator Ada to see if we can build more capacity because if we don't build capacity, then we can't hunt them down because they produce like rabbits.
yeah, the more you control them, the larger the litters are.
It's across the board. The
Eradication.
production. Yeah, but right now, according to APHIS, eradication is not on the table. It's management, but they're trying to even get a handle on the management because of the production of they're producing too fast, and they don't have the capacity to.
It's helpful to get the feedback from the landowners that have had the control.
Yeah, we've already gotten some feedback on them.
Like what's the timeline? Like if they go in there, they're very.
6 months later, they'll get impacted. Mike Uggan, who's a farmer, same likewise, they got rid of it. And then they came in, Angie and Mendiola, the same likewise. They removed it and then it came back again 6 months later. So again, the production thing is extremely high. So, Southern has, do a program where they're buying the actual, net and traps and then renting it out to the individuals to capture it. But you wanna make sure that you're able to sustain that effort. And so this is one of the reasons why we wanted APHIS to be a part of have them hire another crew to do the stuff. And by the way, the feral swine is just not in one area. It's everywhere.
Oh yeah, they're island-wide, and like there was, on our Hunter Ed chat today, there was Jamie put out a request. Want to provide pig trapping from a property in Bentonville. It's like 7 adults, yard damage, and they're becoming too friendly. I don't know what they're eating. It's garbage. Cows. Feral cows? My girlfriend is just really eating up the backyard.
No, the cows are not. No, the cows are not feral. Somebody owns them and is letting them go.
Take the cows for your own or whatever.
Yeah, one of my employees also he says there's this cow that just comes to his yard and just eats up his tree.
That's crazy.
They just walk in there, they're free, he says, I don't even know who owns that cow. But he says he doesn't want to chase it, because he doesn't know how it's going to react if he goes out and tries to like.
Cows are terrible.
So if you're gonna identify which cow it is, you can call the cops. But the one thing with the derbies, in the past, we have had support from the northern one time too. I don't
Well, I was just gonna
Southern and
ask.
North has supported the Derby in one way or
Yes,
another.
yes, we have.
I know Megan has, Megan, how many do we have for this year? 2 or 3? What kind of support do you need?
Yes.
We have, in our grant, we've written for 3 derbies this year. And that's our goal, to do 3. Along with partnering with maybe the Retidian, Retidian, because they want to have a hunting event on the refuge, because they have a huge feral pig problem too, but they're still working out the feasibility with that. But three events this year.
I thought White Buffalo is helping them.
They also have, depredation permits. They have a group that goes up.
Yeah. I don't know. I that's just what I got from Tony.
Okay.
But, so Megan, what is it that we need?
What kind of support, sweetheart?
What kind of support would you need for the Derby?
The biggest thing right now is probably helping with prizes. We try to have a winners, just prizes after every derby. We held just one big award ceremony last year.
What kind of prizes are you looking
But
for?
things to help support our hunters. So it could be safety gear while they're out in the field. I mean, we've solicited in the past and gotten some really nice prizes, like a grill, like a mini grill. The hunters like that. But I'm thinking something to help them with hunting. Safety gear, gift certificates for ammo or bow, arrows, bolts, stuff like that, because things are getting really expensive, and it's hard to just go hunting recreationally when bullets are so expensive these days. At least that's what I'm being told from the community. It's not as cheap to go hunting anymore.
Yeah.
And they don't want to waste shots trying to get something if it's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I don't know, I mean, our derbies they've kind of been same old, for a while. And I'm wondering if there's some new ideas for derbies that could benefit farmers more. And I don't know. Then it would make it more Soil and Water Conservation District derby, get your farmers out there.
That's mini farmer sheep.
No, but you're right.
There's a
What
bunch.
we can.
Well, they also don't want, actually, now I'm thinking too, because I talked to
Veterans.
Mark Uggan about similar relationships, but farmers don't want people on their property.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
not even
right.
hunting, it's not even just they don't want.
That's more of a depredation permit issue. I mean, if there are farmers, we could do this with the Hunter Ed program with connecting hunters, people who are willing to go out and do depredation for farmers who don't already have people doing it for them or on their list, or just they're getting too old or tired to go out and trap or shoot every night. We can try to hook up some hunters that are willing to do that.
Okay.
It's already
think that's
hunting
good.
though, if they're, it's not the same. I mean, if you're hunting on someone's property, as opposed to if you get a depredation permit, I mean, it would be a matter of somebody who wants to hunt and get something, right? And the easiest possible way, as opposed to hunting, which is more of an art and a skill.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying it's not a derby issue, it's a depredation permit. It's totally different, letting hunters onto farmers' private land.
Hey, Megan.
Well, if they're
That may be
hunting,
something we may be interested in, actually, on another note.
Yeah. Megan, we of course we work with APHIS, and they provide, they do blood testing of the feral swine, and, we'll send you the latest statistics on, the feral.
What if we did our workshop there?
There are four diseases that Guam has that is astronomical. It exceeds the U.S. Statistics in terms of it, and part of that is the Japanese encephalitis. But we'll provide you the information so that
Thank
you
you.
can hear of what diseases our feral swine has.
Yeah. Charlene is usually pretty good about sending that info because when we have our derbies, she'll usually have staff at each of our check stations, and with the hunter's permission, she'll come and take swabs and blood samples from their catch. So she's done that the last few derbies.
Now it's Chad.
Yeah, it is Chad.
It's Chad, not Charlene. Charlene is working on another matter.
Okay, maybe that's why I haven't received them from her. So she's on a different switch sections.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chad.
Okay.
Okay. I'll follow up with her and have her connect us.
Okay. Next. Who's next?
From UOG, a growing segment in the island population is grandparents who are rearing their grandchildren, and the parents, the middle generation, are absent. Maybe they're serving in the military. So the UOG proposes to have a focus group on March 8th, inviting grandparents to come in to share their concerns about the unique aspects of grandparents raising grandchildren, in some cases great-grandchildren.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Second, UOG proposes to have a banana field day on May 10th at Inarajan, and this is one where farmers will be able to take home planting material of the recommended varieties for Guam.
Wow.
Of bananas? Not enough.
Yeah, it's a popular event. May 10th.
Okay.
Next having,
And then Rohan, May 10 and then Rohan.
And something that's very popular, but I won't be giving this to you, gentlemen, because it filled up really quickly, is,
Take a picture.
yeah, I'll share it with you. Okay. Diabetes is one of the #1 diseases on Guam. And so these are cooking classes for families that feed diabetics, and they're very popular. So that's like sold out. But I let you know because they're planning another one. There's great demand for it. So when I get the new one, I'll share it with you.
Yes,
Are
thank
you guys members of the NCD consortium? The non-communicable disease consortium?
Yes, Mark attended the last one.
Market.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm trying to remember.
That's all for you, OJ.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Next on our list would be Eileen.
Hi everyone, Hafadi. It's going to be quick. We want to report our February interest rates for any producers looking at taking out loans with us. Operating loans are at 5.125%. We have a special microloan rate at 5% for beginning and veteran farmers only. And then our farm ownership loans are at 5.5%. To date for fiscal year 2025, we have 3 applications. One is a farm ownership approved pending closing. One is an annual operating and term operating in progress, and 1 loan was withdrawn. For additional information on any of our loans, you can call Doreen Rivera. Her contact number is 300-8552. In May, I believe it's May 7th, we'll be partnering with Farm to Table on an outreach event which is focused on a step-by-step guide on how to apply for farm loans. So if you or any farmers are interested, they can come see Doreen prior to May, or they can attend the workshop. The other thing that I wanted to bring up was county committee elections. This year it's for the central area, so we have Michelle Crisostomo, who is currently a representative from that area, and she's our current chair. Nomination periods begin in mid-June. So if you guys or if you know of any farmers or ranchers who are interested in wanting to vote or knowing more about who's eligible to sit on our committees, you can give them my number, 671-300-8550, and then I can talk to them about it. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Really
Eileen.
appreciate the,
Thank you.
the, report, the update on that. Anyone else?
I'm gonna read out Jay's report for us. So he says for our first round FY25 EQIP and CSP sign up, here are the number of select application and total estimated contract amounts. So EQIP received 19 applicants with a total estimated of $475,335 pre-obligated, and CSP 11 applicants with a total estimated of $230,381 pre-obligated. Within the 19 EQIP applications, Guam TCP, which is the local funding pool, we were given, or NRCS was given $200,000 for FY25. So far, we have pre-obligated $135,385. The remaining TCP funds will go towards the second round of applications. TCP funding were specific for application addressing the top 5 priority RC identified in the Guam local work group, I see. Resource concerns. For Guam, the the Joint Commission local LRP? Too many acronyms. Long range plan equip or JCLRP equip this first round sign up. We have an estimated of 15,000 pre-obligated. This amount is expected to go up when we start including the second round applications that are within the new project boundary. This is the last year of the 3-year initiative, which began in FY23. The amount for this final year is 800,000. We are still accepting applications for any EQIP JCLRP. This is only for properties within the targeted southern watersheds in Inalahan, Molessi, and Talafofo. Regular EQIP and CSP signups are now closed. The deadline was January 31st, 2025. Yes.
Anything else?
That is all from our partners.
That's all from our partners?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the perimeter fence selection committee, and the pre-eligibles are 9. The wait list is 27, and we have already the committee set up, right?
We just have to get them together to meet and then provide them the documentations.
Okay, and so when can we get this done?
I think we can get it done within next week, at least, to send them the initial to review, because we have to get the applicants. So the pre-eligible have already passed the pre-application period, so we need to just give them the additional documentation for the official application process.
So this is the grant for
Perimeter fence. Yes.
Because we have
pre-eligible currently 9, but on the wait list is about
27. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Is there anything else that we have?
No, I don't think so.
If there's none, our next partners meeting is April 29th, 2025, and our actually board meeting is
March 4th.
March 4th. If there's no further discussion, any motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn this meeting, public meeting.
Okay. Okay. So adjourn. So move. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.